All right, I think we are live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's live show with the Elevation Tribe, where we explore embracing authenticity through holistic wellness. I'm Kimmy, your coach on your journey to heal and awaken your authentic self. And I am so happy that you've joined us today. Please introduce yourself in the comments and let us know where you're joining us from. And if you know someone who is struggling with overwhelming emotions and could benefit from the support of a loving community, please tag them in the comments. The Elevation Tribe provides support and connection through our free online community and resources. And to connect with our tribe, you can visit theelevationtribe.com or search for the Elevation Tribe on Facebook and YouTube. Each week, we come to you live with topics designed to help you heal and awaken your authentic self. And we also share stories of resiliency over trauma. This Thursday on the Elevation Stories call, our guest speaker is Mandy, and she's going to be sharing her struggles as a single mom and how she turned her dream into a reality as a small business owner. Her story is very inspiring, and I know that so many of you will relate to her journey. So make sure that you set a reminder to join us. We're going to be live in the Elevation Tribe Facebook group and also on our YouTube channel Thursday evening at 8 p.m. And that's Eastern time. All right, so let's get into today's topic. On our last few calls, we have built the foundation to start to awaken your authentic self by adopting a holistic lifestyle with healing strategies like meditation and essential oils and EFT tapping. And now, over the next few weeks, we're going to start focusing on holistic methods for the overwhelming emotional responses like anxiety and depression and stress that you may be experiencing. Today's focus is all about anxiety, which is a very common and complex emotional state, and it can impact our well-being. But the good news is that there's so many holistic approaches that can help manage anxiety really effectively. So we're going to explore what anxiety is and how it affects us, and all of the techniques of mindfulness, meditation, and breath work that can really provide relief and bring us back into balance. I personally have battled through many seasons of depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and overwhelming negative emotions from trapped trauma. And most recently, I've been recovering from burnout and having a daily battle with suicidal thoughts. So I have a deep understanding that anxiety can really take over and have a drastic effect on your day-to-day life. Anxiety is a very natural response to stress, but when it becomes chronic and overwhelming, it can significantly affect our lives. It often manifests as excessive worry or restlessness and physical symptoms like a racing heart or shallow breathing and even panic attacks. It's really essential to recognize that anxiety is not a form or a sign of weakness, but it's instead a signal from our body and our mind that we need to pay attention to something. So, to address anxiety holistically, we really need to consider the whole person, the mind, body, and the spirit. The holistic approach recognizes the interconnectedness of our emotional and physical well being. It's not just about finding balance and harmony from within ourselves, but we also want to address the root cause of anxiety and not just the symptoms. So, one of the most powerful holistic approaches that I use to treat anxiety is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment and starting to observe your thoughts and feelings without any judgment. Since anxiety is usually rooted in a fear of the future, bringing yourself back to the present moment can help you break the cycle of anxious thoughts. Meditation is a really invaluable tool that can help you practice mindfulness. It encourages self-reflection and it is very relaxing, and it also helps with emotional regulation. Through meditation, you can start to learn to respond to anxiety in a much more calm and balanced way. I personally also use EFT tapping and essential oils whenever I feel anxiety start to take over. EFT tapping has helped me stop a panic attack dead in its tracks, and essential oils provide a sense of calm and ease that has such a lasting effect. My favorite essential oils for anxiety are lavender, orange, lemon, and peace and calming. I place a few drops on my wrist, I rub them together, and I take a nice few deep calming breaths. So, breath work is also an essential practice for anxiety relief. It involves controlled, intentional breathing techniques, and it helps to activate the body's relaxation response. Anxiety can be the result of fear or overwhelming stress, but anxiety can also be triggered by our environment and also the food that we eat. Nutrition and diet play a huge role in managing anxiety. And research shows that excessive consumption of processed foods, sugars, and caffeine can definitely exacerbate anxiety. That was a hard one to get out there. When I first began my healing journey, I realized that my pantry needed a complete overhaul. Sugar and processed foods needed to take a hike, and I noticed that the food dyes in my in my consumption of junk food, it started to play a significant role in triggering my anxiety. I even took things a step further and I removed all of the chemicals from my home, including candles and plug-in air fresheners, and I started to replace them with natural alternatives. So after I detoxed my diet and my environment, the relief I felt was noticeable. My headaches went away, my sleep improved, and my anxious thoughts began to subside. So sometimes it's really easy to blame anxiety on the stress or the overwhelm that we're experiencing, but I also encourage you to just take a deeper look at your lifestyle and begin to investigate to see if you can discover some of the triggers to your anxiety. So if you wake up in the morning with anxious thoughts, ask yourself, gosh, maybe something that I ate yesterday is causing me anxiety today. I know for me, I had to give up M&Ms because the dye in the M&Ms was making me have anxious mornings. And as soon as I gave those up, my anxious mornings really calmed down. So if you find yourself struggling with anxious thoughts today, here is my personal routine to release anxiety. First, you want to move to a quiet place if you can. For me, noise is a trigger of my anxiety. So if you're in a public place, you may need to go visit the restroom and just take a few minutes to yourself. You want to take a few calming breaths and notice your environment. Begin to ground yourself with thoughts like, oh, isn't that a pretty painting? Or what a beautiful plant that is, or wow, I've never noticed those before. Scan the room and see what you can find to just become more present in the moment. You also want to scan your body for where that anxiety is residing. Is it in your head? Is it in your heart? Maybe it's in your belly. Are you having a hard time breathing? Or is your head just filled with noise and anxious thoughts? Or do you feel sick to your stomach? Wherever you're feeling that anxiety, just place your hands over that area and take a few more deep breaths. And next, now that you know where that anxiety is living, I want you to begin to concentrate on releasing the anxiety. You can do this with a short breathing meditation, or you can complete a tapping session. And if you have any calming essential oils like lavender or eucalyptus, you could place a couple drops over the area where you're feeling the anxiety. And last, spend a few minutes in gratitude just so you can start to shift your mindset into the present moment. You guys, anxiety is such a difficult emotional response to work through, but just remember you are not powerless against this. By understanding what anxiety is and embracing it embracing the holistic techniques that help to release it, like mindfulness and meditation, EFT, and essential oils and breath work, you can start to regain control over these emotional responses again. And each of these practices offer us the tool to cultivate inner peace and improve our emotional well-being. And it also helps us rediscover our authentic selves. So if you're struggling with anxiety and you're ready to release that, I want to encourage you to visit our website, theelevationtribe.com, so you can access our free mini course, Healing Strategies 101, where I start to demonstrate more of these practices. I'll show you a tapping exercise to go through to release fear and anxiety, along with many other emotions as well. And in that course, you're also going to learn and see the demonstrations for meditation and how to use essential oils for releasing these emotions as well. So just remember that anxiety is something that you can release and you can find relief from. And by using these natural strategies, we're going to help you do that every step of the way. So let's begin this holistic journey, and together we'll work to restore your balance. Please connect to the Elevation Tribe for support and join us again Thursday evening for another episode of the Elevation Stories, where Mandy shares her personal journey. Until next time, friends, remember you are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for, and you can find relief and balance. Have a wonderful week, everyone.